Manifestation doesn't slow down because you're doing something wrong. It slows down because of one subtle habit almost no one notices. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Because this habit isn't loud. It doesn't feel negative. It doesn't even feel like resistance. It feels reasonable. But it quietly tells reality to wait, and reality listens. The strange moment. Everyone recognizes but misunderstands. Have you ever noticed this? You set an intention. You feel aligned. You're doing the work. And yet, life feels like it's hovering, close, almost there, not quite landing. You tell yourself, it's coming. I'm getting there. I can feel it on the way. And those words feel hopeful, encouraging, even spiritual. But here's the truth no one explains. Hope is not a completion signal. It's a delay signal. Why reality doesn't respond to desire, it responds to timing. Reality does not respond to what you want. It responds to when your nervous system says now. And most people unknowingly tell reality, not yet, not with doubt, not with fear, but with language. Because language isn't just communication, it's instruction. The habit that quietly slows manifestation. Here it is, simple, subtle, powerful, speaking from the future instead of stabilizing in the present. I will be confident. I'm becoming successful. I'm about to shift. It's almost here. Every one of those sentences carries an invisible timestamp. Later. And the nervous system believes you. What your nervous system actually hears, your conscious mind hears motivation, but your nervous system hears timing. When you say, I'm going to be calm, your nervous system hears, calm is not safe now. When you say, I'll be abundant, it hears, abundance isn't stable yet. When you say, I'm manifesting it, it hears, it's not embodied. And the nervous system always wins, because the quantum field doesn't respond to words. It responds to state. Why affirmations often stall manifestation? This is why affirmations sometimes feel powerful and other times feel exhausting. Because if the body doesn't agree with the timing, the affirmation becomes a reminder of absence. And the field responds accordingly. You don't manifest what you repeat. You manifest what your identity stabilizes. The difference between intention and embodiment. This is the line most teachings blur. Intention says, this is what I want. Embodiment says, this is who I am now. Reality moves instantly for embodiment. Reality delays for intention, because intention implies distance. Embodiment implies completion. Why waiting energy is the real block. Most people aren't blocked. They're waiting internally, waiting to feel ready, waiting for confirmation, waiting for proof, waiting for permission. And waiting is not neutral. Waiting is a signal. It tells reality, hold. The quantum field mirrors completion, not desire. In quantum physics, coherence is everything. A system collapses into form when the signal is stable, not intense, not emotional, not hopeful, stable. The moment your internal signal stops oscillating between soon and not yet, reality locks in. Why things speed up when you stop trying. Have you noticed this? The biggest shifts often happen when you stop chasing, when you stop checking, when you stop affirming, when you stop doing it right. Not because you gave up, but because your system finally settled. And settlement is the acceleration code. Language as a timing device. Words program rhythm. I'm working toward, ongoing, I'm trying to, incomplete, I'm almost, delayed. But presence language? I choose. I move as. I live from. I operate as. These don't point forward. They anchor now. Why the present is the only manifestation portal. Reality only exists in the present. The future is conceptual. The past is memory. But your nervous system lives in now. When your identity says now, reality has nothing to wait for. The subtle shift that changes everything. It's not louder affirmations. It's quieter certainty. Not, I will be aligned, but I act from alignment. Not, I'm calling this in, but this is the context I live from. No urgency, no excitement, no convincing, just normalcy. And normalcy is powerful. Why calm identity manifests faster than emotional intensity. Emotion spikes signal instability. Calm signals safety. And the nervous system only allows reality to reorganize when it feels safe. That's why desperation repels and grounded certainty attracts. Not because of morality, but because of biology. The nervous system is the gatekeeper of reality. Your nervous system decides what feels possible, what feels safe, what feels now. The quantum field follows that decision every time. Why things stay almost until you stop noticing them. Awareness is powerful, but constant checking creates separation. Checking says, it's not here yet. Presence says, nothing to monitor. And the moment there's nothing to monitor, reality arrives. The moment acceleration begins, acceleration doesn't feel explosive. It feels quiet, stable, unremarkable, normal. That's when timelines collapse, because drama delays, stillness completes, the identity lock-in principle. Once your identity locks into, this is my normal, the field reorganizes to match. Not because you forced it, but because inconsistency disappeared. Why you were never doing it wrong. This is important. You were never failing. You were never blocked. You were simply speaking from a future that didn't need to exist. The moment you stop narrating arrival, you arrive. The one question that changes everything. Ask this daily. How would this feel if it were already normal? Then don't imagine. Behave from it. Not dramatically, subtly. Consistency beats intensity every time. Why reality hesitates when you keep explaining yourself. Here's something subtle most people never notice. The more you explain your manifestation, the more reality pauses. Because explanation implies uncertainty. When you feel the need to justify, narrate, or mentally rehearse why something should happen, your nervous system is still negotiating. And negotiation means, I'm not fully settled yet. Reality waits for settlement, not persuasion. The hidden cost of over-awareness is powerful, but over-awareness creates separation. When you constantly observe your progress, measure your alignment, or monitor signs, you step outside the identity and into the observer role. And here's the paradox. You don't manifest from observation. You manifest from occupation. The moment you inhabit an identity, you stop watching it. Why the universe goes quiet right before acceleration. This part confuses people the most. Right before things shift, signs often disappear. Synchronicity slow, motivation flattens, excitement fades, and people panic. They think, I lost alignment. But what actually happened is far more important. Your system stabilized. Noise disappears when the signal is coherent. The universe doesn't go quiet because it stopped listening. It goes quiet because it locked in. The final test before reality moves. There is always a test, not a punishment, not a challenge, a check. The test is this. Can you remain settled without reassurance? If you need confirmation, the signal isn't complete yet. Completion doesn't look like confidence. It looks like non-urgency. Why detachment is misunderstood. Detachment isn't not caring. Detachment is not needing movement to feel safe. You still choose. You still act. You still move forward. But internally, no pulling, no leaning, no waiting, just ground. That's when reality mirrors speed. The identity lag effect. Here's something crucial. Reality doesn't respond to the moment you decide. It responds to the moment your identity stops lagging behind your decision. Most people decide quickly, but emotionally live in the old self. Reality matches the emotional self, not the mental declaration. Why trying to let go often backfires. People try to let go by force. They tell themselves, I don't care anymore. But the body knows when that's not true. Real release happens when there's nothing left to grip. Not because you dropped it, but because your system no longer needs it to feel whole. Completion is a nervous system. State completion isn't a thought. It's a felt state where you're not scanning, you're not checking. You're not rehearsing. You're not bracing. You're simply operating. And operation is manifestation. Why reality moves faster? When you stop talking about it. Talking keeps things conceptual. Living makes them real. The moment something becomes internal routine instead of external goal, reality mirrors it. This is why people often manifest accidentally. They weren't manifesting. They were being. The silent command that rewrites timelines. There is a command more powerful than affirmation. It's not spoken. It's implied. It sounds like, this is how things work now. No excitement, no drama, no announcement, just fact. Reality obeys facts faster than desires. Why your biggest shift will feel almost boring. This part surprises people. The real breakthrough doesn't feel explosive. It feels ordinary, calm, quiet, undramatic. That's how you know it's real. Chaos signals change. Calm signals arrival. The moment you stop waiting, time collapses. Waiting stretches time. Presence collapses it. The moment your internal state stops leaning forward, the future rushes to meet you because the gap disappears. Final lock-in. Listen carefully. You don't need more belief. You don't need more effort.